And coming up should be another fun one in the welterweight division. Jason Jones, who we mentioned was on the opposite end of that spinning back fist in days gone by, takes on the undefeated Diego Sanchez. Two aggressive fighters again, clashing, going toe-to-toe in the UNF cage.
And now, UNF fans, please welcome to the cage our rising star from the blue corner, Diego Sanchez.
Diego Sanchez is very aggressive, comes in 1-0. That victory was in the UNF cage, guys, at UNF 21. A round 1, 54-second submission victory over Jalen Johnson. I would say Diego Sanchez is seeing red, but he's colorblind, and that brought up some funny stories. You know, they would tell him, they would ask him, "What's your trunk color?" He'd say, "I don't know." He'd go, "You don't have your trunks?" "No, I'm colorblind. I don't know the color."
Diego Sanchez weighed in 165.6 pounds, 5'7" tall. A freestyle fighter, 24 years of age, and again training out of the Matador systems with Marcos Bonilla. The keys for the kingdom, Diego Sanchez, no stranger. Look for that takedown. Counter the striking with wrestling and do anything you can to set up that ground and pound. This guy's an old school fighter and he's got an old school mentality, Chris.
Yeah, and he's got an old school coach in Marcos Bonilla. Like, this is what I love about UNF, when you see somebody that consistently brings great fighters out of their corner. You know, Marcos Bonilla, Chad George, all these guys, they come out, they are well trained, they are ready to go, they're fired up, look at them, and they're confident that they can win.
Yeah, this kid's a dog, Todd. You know, we watched it in that first fight. It ended in a submission, but it was all about that ground and pound, wasn't it?
It sure was. And working out of Matador training, you know, he said it's pure muscle memory when I get in the cage after my camp. It's nothing new. I'm not going to see anything new in there. And he said that fighting the best people out there makes me happy. He's going to be happy tonight because he's in there with a hard-nosed opponent in the Hawk, Jason Jones.
And his opponent out of the red corner, rising star, Jason Jones.
Jason Jones, much better than his record would indicate. Couple tough losses in UNF to Sir Gregor and a round 3 submission loss to Connor Lesty. But in that fight, the Hawk broke his hand in the first round and continued. So this guy's tough. And I got to think it's only a matter of time before he gets his hand raised, and it might be tonight.
Jason Jones, 6 foot 2 inches tall. He's going to have an extreme reach advantage. 164.6 pounds is what he weighed in at, 24 years of age. Freestyle fighter training out of the OG Training Center. Now the keys to the kingdom for Jason Jones are very specific. Keep that fight standing. Establish your range with the jab, and when that inevitable shot comes from his opponent, sprawl and brawl, Chris Bruno.
Yeah, listen, you know, it's hard coming back after getting cracked with a spinning back fist and you're, you know, on the wrong end of somebody else's highlight reel. But this is also what motivates fighters to come back and say, you know what, I'm never letting that happen again. I'm going to be on the positive side of one of those highlights. That's what he's probably going to come and look out for now. Go, hey, I'm the guy that's getting the viral moment, not you.
Here to set the stage, Rain Cruz.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is set for 3 rounds in the Rising Stars welterweight division and is presented by Munchin Meals. Your referee in charge, Matt Beamick. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter with a record of 1 win and no losses. He stands 5'7", weighing in at 165.6 pounds. Representing Matador Training, Team Elder and WTGC. And fighting out of Van Nuys, California, by way of Tegucigalpa, Honduras, Diego Sanchez. And his opponent out of the red corner, entering his 3rd career bout. He is a freestyle fighter standing at 6'2", weighing in at 164.6 pounds. Representing OG Training Center and fighting out of Riverside, California, Jason the Hawk Jones!
These two set for 3 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. One thing we haven't really touched on yet, guys, Jason the Hawk Jones, he mentioned the one thing I've got on him is length. He's 7 inches taller, and I love what Jones said. He said, he's a Chihuahua, I'm a Great Dane.
You know, you hear it in boxing all the time, you can't teach reach, but you can teach someone to fight long, and that's exactly what Jason Jones has to do tonight. Stick that jab, fire the right hand, and not overcommit like he did right there.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because, you know, Sanchez also has Marcus Bonilla, but he also has Coach Alder from 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. I used to train with Alder, and he's an amazing jiu-jitsu coach. So look, he goes right to his jiu-jitsu right here. So let's see what he can implement here up against the cage.
Diego Sanchez was immediately able to get inside that reach. Jonathan, get him pressed up against the cage. We'll see what he can do with it.
Yeah, let's see if he can break this clinch and change levels and get to the legs. Again, the best way to take on a taller fighter is bring him to the mat. You know, there's no height when you're horizontal.
Yeah, no, this is a very smart game for him to take away that reach instantly. You know, now you're fighting inside, making him work, tiring him out up against the cage like this. And again, these guys on this level, they've already learned not to put their fingers in the cage to, you know, when they're about to get taken down. That's smart. A lot of people don't do that, you know, when they're making their debut like this.
Some knees to the inside of the thigh there by Diego Sanchez. Tied up at the moment, bit of a stalemate here. Jonathan hasn't been able to change levels, but giving Jones something to think about with those knees.
Yeah, Jones doing a great job with that underhook and able to get free, turn the corner. Nice head kick there for Diego Sanchez.
Yeah, another teep up the middle right there too, Jonathan.
He's got some flexibility if he can get that kick upstairs on the opponent 7 inches tall.
Ooh. Jones fires the 1-2 and then comes back with a 2-3.
Oh, got a little overzealous.
Well, he's going to elevate.
Look at the strength here, David and Goliath.
Looking for it.
So.
Boom.
Wow, what a slam by Sanchez. Nightmare, I guess. Oh, man,
wow.
What a way to cap off the round, guys.
Kaboom.
Suplex City, USA, by way of the Marriott.
Wow.
Well,
yeah, Jones was starting to fire off right there. It was looking good, you know, and then he just got inside. That's what you want to do with a guy who's long and lean like that.
If you notice, when he throws that right hand, he establishes his range with his left. But when he throws that right hand, he follows it with his legs. And unfortunately, when you do that, you enable the opponent to get to your legs and take him down. That's exactly what happened.
That's that overcommitment, Jonathan, exactly.
I mean, look at it. It almost doesn't look right. Sanchez carrying around Jason Jones, and we often talk about putting an exclamation point on a round. That is textbook right there.
Well, we talked about this. You don't want to be part of somebody else's highlight reel. And, you know, so going to this next round, he's got to make sure, hey, I'm not going to let that happen again, because that's 2 times now that he's let somebody make a highlight out of him. So let's see how he responds right here.
I think business is fixing to pick up for Jason Jones. Expect him to be aggressive. But, Jonathan, you know, if you're him, do you try and establish that jab?
I'd stick with the jab, look for the teep, look for the long kicks. You see right there, you know, when he does that, his opponent has no chance of connecting.
Wow.
But when he overcommits, he allows his opponent, Sanchez, to get close to his hips. He's got to be aware of that, Chris.
Yeah, but he's really finding his range right now, Jonathan. Like you said, he's getting in, getting out. Oh, then he overcommitted once again. That's what you were talking about. When you get too overcommitted on that right hand, you're going to get taken down by a kid like Sanchez.
Sanchez just, you know, they say explosive things come in small packages. That is the case for Diego Sanchez, but Jason Jones early was looking good, was getting loose with the hands, but closing the gap is Sanchez.
Yep, Sanchez doesn't have a nickname yet, but he might be Suplex Sanchez after this one. We'll have to see.
Level change for Sanchez in on the single. Let's see if he can do
something. My goodness! How in the world? My Lord!
Suplex Sanchez lets it go again. Oh, but he gets clipped.
but Jackus John Jones has something to say about it. Unbelievable exchange. The problem with that suplex is he released it, and it gave Jones a chance to recover and fire off. Unleash some heavy artillery. Boy, oh boy, what a fight.
Wow.
Exciting stuff here.
Nice knees to the thigh for Diego Sanchez as he reestablishes position here. I'd like to see Jones start swiveling his hips to get off that cage, but he eats a couple lefts and a right hand as well for his efforts.
Sanchez is really finding a way to get inside and implement his game now. He got caught with a couple of shots, but look, he's right back at it again. He's feeling confident. Oh, but he gets caught with a nice uppercut from Jones right there.
Final seconds. We'll see if Jones can uncork some more stand-up warfare here. And what an exciting second round. I mean, I just cannot believe that throw. It seems like he's just completely going against gravity there, guys. Was able to pop those hips and take Jones up and over, but Jones with some good striking throughout that round as well. As we take a look back at the action, here's the throw coming, guys.
Yeah, he'd rather throw you than know you. Look at this, upside down, inside out, round and round we go, but Jason Jones pops right back up to his feet and lands a couple potatoes just for his efforts. Clipped Sanchez there, momentarily felled him. Tough round to score. Chris, how do you have that one?
Yeah, he did, you know, but I think Sanchez really kind of dominated him. Jones had a couple of nice shots in there, but Sanchez with that throw is probably going to take the round.
And you saw it there, Jonathan. Sanchez had a nice tight left hook up against the cage as well. So Sanchez did his fair share of striking. And again,
Heels, get ready for the third and final round.
if this goes the distance, I mean, those two spectacular throws, you got to believe, are going to rent some serious space in the heads of the judges.
They really are, and he's really found a way to somehow stay in range with Jones. Even though Jones has a lot leaner, a lot longer, Sanchez, look at, he's inside. He's finding a way to get in there, land damage, get his legs, put him on the ground again. Up, stuffed by Jones this time, though.
Jones looking to hit a switch there momentarily, back to his feet. Nice leg trip for Diego Sanchez.
But again, that's that 10th planet jiu-jitsu right there. Coach Alder, I'm sure, has got him schooled on all this. And look, he's just implementing his game plan, getting him back on the ground, Todd.
I'll tell you, Jason Jones referred to Diego Sanchez as a chihuahua. I think he's more of a pit bull, guys.
Yeah, his bark is definitely not as bad as his bite, as I would say.
Well, listen, all dogs evolved from wolves. So anybody that's in that cage is a wolf in my mind. So.
And then immortal words of Thor Skansky, a wolf ain't nothing but a dog off the chain.
There you go. Some ground and pound here by Diego Sanchez, working out of the half guard here of Jason Jones, and not where Jones wants to be at this part of the fight, guys.
Oh, some nice hammer fists there for Sanchez as well.
Yeah,
nice up kick,
man.
That was a nice up kick there that actually stunned him for a second, but really nice positioning from Sanchez here. Oh, hitting that switch again.
Beautiful switch from Jones. Able to get dominant position here.
Great work by both. Half a minute to go now in this one. And Jason Jones has his sea legs right now. Doesn't want to get taken for a ride again.
Now, when you see that switch, you know the guy's got a wrestling background when they do that.
Trying to get that underhook. Unable to do so. Has the whizzer on the right side and able to get his opponent to the mat.
Beautiful trip right there.
Final seconds of the fight, though. We'll see if Jason Jones can pull something out of the hat here. Another very, very exciting round, and this one comes to a close. What a great fight. My goodness. Incredible moments that'll live on in highlight reels for years to come here at Up Next. Especially those two throws. My goodness. How powerful is Diego Sanchez? That low center of gravity, man. He pops those hips. He's built like a wrestler. And he, you know, I haven't seen throws like that in the UNF since the likes of Pardev Kachatrian.
No, and a guy coming out like this with only a couple of fights. Look at this. Here he goes. He hits this. Like, you got to love this, right? Watch him get this cinched up here. Gonna throw him onto the ground. Here we go. Trying to give us a little telestrator here. Nice body positioning here. As you can see, he's postured up. Landing shots right over here.
Oh, there's
the up kick that came right up the middle.
could have finished
You
the
called
fight
it. You
there,
told him
Chris.
to look out for it, Todd, and there
Yeah,
he threw
but
it.
that shows the toughness of Sanchez. He ate that and just kept plugging along. I'll tell you, though, when you talk about Jason Jones, this guy is rough and rugged.
Yeah, he really is. You know, there's no quitting him. If he had 3-minute rounds, I think the fight would have gone differently for him. Because even at the end of that third round, he was hitting that switch pretty nicely, taking his own position. We're going to see a lot of this kid, too.
And Rain Cruz is in position. Numbers have been tabulated. Extremely entertaining fight, but let's make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I announce the winner of this bout, please give it up for these fighters. And now, UNF fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Diego Sanchez.
Impressive victory. Continues that undefeated run, now improves to 2-0. Would rather throw you than know you. And Jonathan King going to get to know him here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, Diego Sanchez. You know, there's another Diego Sanchez. And, you know, he kind of reminds me a little bit of you. You're more of a nightmare for your opponents than you are a dream. Huge win for you tonight. What's going through your mind?
So first, I want to thank my coaches, especially. I've been going through some hard shit, and then they got me on track, and only for respect. And also, I would like to say something in Spanish. Para mi gente latina, este país está fundado sobre el inmigrante. No se olviden de eso, la fundación, la economía de este país. Gracias a la gente migrante. No lo olviden.
Now, your opponent, Jason Jones, he had some moments in there. He caught you a couple times. He hits pretty hard, but you stuck to the game plan, and you'd rather throw you than know you. You're the type of guy that likes to pick people up and throw them. What was going through your mind when you had him up in the air and you walked from East Coast to West Coast and dropped him on his head?
I was just walking him down, following the game plan, and then, you know, sometimes CTE, I don't know what the fuck. So I need a step-by-step with my coaches to tell me what to do.
All right, now you mentioned it earlier. Who else is responsible for this victory tonight? Nobody comes into this cage alone, even though you do fight alone. Who do you owe this victory to?
So there's a foundation. You cannot say there's only one single person, but it's a community that puts you up. But my foundation will be, besides my coaches, will be my family. They support me. Even though this is not like an actual career, they're always behind my back, so that's my foundation. If I wouldn't have my foundation, I wouldn't even be here.
Last question. When can we see you next inside the Up Next fighting cage?
I'll be honest, I got some really bad shoulder injuries, but by summer, I'll be back. I need to heal that, but after summer, for sure. I'm an active fighter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your winner, Diego Sanchez.
Impressive victory by Diego Sanchez. Remaining undefeated, now a perfect 2-0. And I mean, I don't think we've seen throws the likes of those in the UNF cage. I mean, just as Jonathan said, walking coast to coast just to deposit him on the canvas. And then, you know, an overhead throw, incredible, turning Jones inside out. But another good performance by Jones, showing his toughness. Hit some nice striking in there. We certainly hope to see Jones, because he's rugged, he's tough, and he's certainly much better than his record would indicate.
No, for sure. But Suplex Sanchez from Honduras got in there and really took the dominance of this fight. You know, it's really tough when you're going up against these killers. This is what I love about Southern California. This is a hotbed for fighters around here. So there are no easy outs. Anybody that you fight, you know, you got, you know, Coach Alder, you got Marcus Bonilla in your corner, and you're going up against a guy that's trained with all the killers that train there. It's a tough fight for anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, in these 2-minute rounds, it's more of a sprint than a marathon, as we mention all the time. And more importantly, the game plan that your corners put together comes into play so much. And Diego Sanchez did a great job executing that game plan, even though he endured a little bit of strikes to the head there.